Hey guys, Tisha here, and we are back with another 1,000 Pound Sisters review. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I can finish this video because 18 minutes in and my memory card is full and I gotta upload some stuff. So let me hurry up, try to get this done because I don't want it to stop like it just did. So I don't like how Amy's acting. Some of you all may disagree with me. We'll talk about it further down. Tammy is still trying to motivate Caleb, who is not doing what he needs to do. She's determined to get him back on track so she can get him home. That is not her job. She tells him to get rid of the snacks that we saw him have in previous episode, one by one. We see him making a show of it and her helping him. And as they're doing it, I'm like, okay, there's no point in doing this. Number one, you're wasting money because number two, he's just going to go back. And as soon as you leave, he's going to probably get more. He puts on a good show, and that's that. She jokes while he's doing it, but in her moment by herself, she says she's really scared. Tammy is going to be leaving soon, so we later see that Caleb has prepared a date for them. There's candlelight and regular lights and tablecloth, and Tammy rolls in, and she does not seem happy to be there. I honestly feel like the honeymoon phase is kind of over for Tammy and him. That in the beginning, the different things that he would do, the way that he would laugh about things and joke about things to deflect is now no longer working. And what she once felt was cute now is kind of annoying her. She says that she is tired, but she does appreciate the things that he does, like the fact that he did this candlelight dinner. She said that sitting there, it feels like a first date. She's feeling the butterflies and the things like that. And I'm sitting there like, if that's what a happy date looks like, then I don't want any parts of it. We then see Caleb with the different trays. And as soon as I saw what the boxes look like, I was like, this is not going to be good. So in it, he has, for food, he has mozzarella sticks, mushrooms, and wings. Now, I'm sitting here like, okay, did people not teach you what the appropriate food is? Because I know that fried food is definitely not supposed to be a part of their diet. He couldn't have possibly thought that fried food and the wings and the mushrooms and mozzarella was a good idea and that Tammy would want to eat it. But then we later find out that there was a reason behind it. So Tammy says that she's perturbed with him because everything that he got is junk. He said that there's only so many options that they have with it being at the facility as well as they're in a small town. But he thought that it would be okay for him to order these things because before, when Tammy was there and she had cheat days and stuff like that, that she would eat the fried foods. So what he did was he ordered some of her favorites and he didn't think he would be wrong. I do not think he's lying. I think that Tammy did just that. I think that she used to eat all those things. I think at some point it may have stopped because we saw that her weight at one point was going up and then all of a sudden that she was able to maintain and lose weight and get the surgery. And I think that after that, that's when she kind of cut back. So she said that him ordering this to her feels like the talk that they had earlier didn't work, that he says that he wants it, but his food addiction may be even worse than she thought it was. He says that he hates that he keeps letting her down and that it should have been obvious to him not to order it. But if you're saying that it's something that she used to eat all the time, then I don't think it's obvious to him that he shouldn't have ordered it. I think that he thought he was doing something by getting her favorites. She says, I need you to come home and I need you to prove that you want this. He tells her that he's going to do it, that he's going to lose that 25 pounds. It's going to be nothing. So then later on, she's about to leave. He says, I feel like this is the last time I will see her. And I wonder if it was because we know that Caleb is no longer here, that he passed. He tells her that he doesn't want her to go. And he feels like he's losing a part of her. And I hate the way that he guilts her and the way he whines about things. Do what you got to do so you can get out of there. Stop telling her that you don't feel like you're good enough and you feel like she's going to leave you and all those other things. And do what you have to do so you can get your woman, get your health, and get out of there. But we know that that's not going to happen. She said, seeing him struggle like this and seeing how he's backtracking lets her get a little taste of how her family felt when she didn't do what she was supposed to do. We then see them roll out he rolls her to the car. Tammy gets up, gives him a hug and a kiss, and leaves. She says that she feels like she has to be strong for him, and that his strength and his support is given through her. Like, she's the one who provides that strength and support for him, and she knows what he's going through, but he has to do it for himself, and he does. It's not fair to her. So Amy, it's 6 weeks since Amy left Michael, and it's the poor Amy show. She says she can't eat and she can't sleep, and she feels like she needs to destroy her wedding dress. So she got paint and stuff for Amanda and Missy to help her destroy this dress. Amanda says that Amy has been up and down with her emotions, and she needs to take care of herself. Destroying a wedding dress is not going to help the problem. It's just going to be a process of her destroying the dress. She needs counseling. And we see them destroy the dress with the paint and stuff like that. And they ask her at the end, like, do you feel better and all that stuff? And she said no. She said that she doesn't feel any better, that she's still concerned about what the judge is going to do, and she's still sad. And that's because she needs counseling. We then see Amy and Tammy take the kids to an indoor playground to burn off some energy. They discuss Windsor and how disappointed Tammy is with Caleb's eating habits. Rather than just hearing Tammy out, Amy uses this time to criticize the fact that Tammy is now complaining about what Caleb is doing and how Caleb is eating and all these other things when Tammy used to do the same thing. It doesn't matter what Tammy used to do. What matters is what she's doing now, and the fact that she can't afford to have someone in her life that is not doing what he's supposed to do, because Tammy's responsibility needs to be her own health and not stressing over what her husband isn't doing. She said what Caleb's doing now just sounds like a cheat day. This is Amy talking. And that Tammy's cheat days turned into years. And it's a joke, but at the same point, it just reminds me that Amy really thinks sometimes that she's better than Tammy. When all Amy did was lose enough weight so she could pop out a kid, then get told that she shouldn't have done it, please don't have any more children, and then pop out another one. Now sit here and complain because she was with the guy who wasn't actively involved, and now who she may have to, at worst, share 50-50 custody with. She says, Tammy does, he keeps telling me that he wants to have the surgery, but there's no proof in the pudding. And Amy says he has to fight for himself. It's time for Tammy to live her life. She points out that they had to fight for Tammy for years, and now he's doing the same thing that Tammy did. Tammy says she gets that they fought for her for years, and she's thankful for that, but she needs him to fight too. We then come back from commercial break. Chris is throwing a Derby themed get together, kind of to celebrate the Kentucky Derby. They make a Derby hats out of tulle, ribbon, and flowers. They have a relay race riding a stick pony. He wants them to get moving and to also look like fools. And Tammy can't race. He expects her not to race, but Amy decides not to race even though she's capable. And Chris is like, it's just because she's lazy. And she is lazy. The way her house looks shows that she's lazy. I'm sorry. I understand she has 2 children, but this is something that people deal with all the time. And that's not an excuse for her to not do what she's supposed to do. So Chris suggests that they start working out together once a week. Tammy suggests a bike, a tandem bike that has 2 seats on it. I would love to see that. Whereas Brittany, Chris's wife, suggests Zumba. I love Zumba. I need to get back to Zumba. I used to do it at the Y, and I loved it. But once the pandemic came, I was not going to anybody's gym, and I was not going to keep letting them take money out. So when I went back to the gym, I said, let me go to Planet Fitness. It's way, way cheaper. It's open 24 hours a day. Then I'll work my way back to the Y. Seeing that Zumba class, I need to go to the Y sooner than I thought, because I loved it, and I really was losing a lot of weight with all of their different things that they had. Anyways, they discuss going on vacation. Tammy really wants to go to the beach because she's never been to the beach. That's crazy that she's never been to the beach. I live near the beach, so that's not like that big of a deal to me, but I do love being by the water. They say that they could do Pensacola because Pensacola has beaches that also have wheelchair accessibility, which is important because even though Tammy can walk, she can't do it for long periods of time, and we know that the beach is even more of a workout. It's 10 hours away, so they want to fly. Tammy has an oxygen tank, so I'm going to assume that she's going to get clearance from her doctor, but she said she is willing to fly. But Amy, who we've seen fly before with Michael and who admitted she has, says that she doesn't want to fly. Then let her stay home. She expects someone to drive her, even though she can't drive herself. So Chris points out that he just did a 16-hour ride with Tammy to take her to see Caleb, and he's not about to do a 20-hour drive to Florida unless it's something that his wife makes him do. And I don't blame him. It's not fair. Your husband, Amy, is not there anymore to help with the driving, so give Chris a break. Amanda says, I want her to fly. Y'all gonna let her drive? And Amy says they don't have no choice but either to let me drive or I ain't going. Simple facts. There's some expletives in that, but I'm not going to say all that. And I just say, leave her ungrateful tail home. Like, she can't even drive, but she want to sit here and give whatever stipulations as to whether or not she's going to go. I'm tired of Amy and her entitlement. It's been shielded before because of Tammy, but now Tammy is acting better and she's not being as problematic. So we're seeing the problems child that Amy is too. Amy's used to being coddled, and they do it later on in the episode too. So Tammy said for the last 2 months, Amy has been like this. 1 minute she's okay, and the next minute she's being sharp and mean, and she's just acting like a bee. And then Tammy says, it's like we've changed roles. What the hell has happened? I said, that's exactly what's happened. You had an epiphany there. You have changed roles. They've been changed. So next day, I'm assuming, or maybe a few days later, we see the family, including Chris's wife, and they head to Zumba. They look a mess, but they're all still trying. Even Tammy is out of her chair moving. They finish the warm-up, and they're being told that they're about to start. As they do the exercise, because everybody's having fun, of course, Amy has to change the vibes. One thing about every Zumba class that I've been into, they tell you that if you cannot catch on, it's okay. The goal is just for you to keep moving. So as long as you move, you'll have fun. And you don't have to necessarily know the steps. But Amy is standing there with a face that looks like somebody just passed gas right in her face, and she's leaned up against the wall. The other family continues to dance. That's not enough for Amy, so Amy storms out, says she can't do it anymore. Amanda looks out of the window and she sees her sitting on the floor crying. To me, Amy obviously wanted attention and she wanted somebody to come out there, because why are you sitting on the floor crying when there's a whole seat right there that you can go sit into? So Amanda comes out, says what's wrong. She says she doesn't feel good. Amanda says, well, get off the floor and go sit in the chair. All of the family now come out after 20 minutes of exercise to coddle her like they always do. She tells them that she woke up with a massive tummy ache. Why not tell them that your stomach was hurting before you went to the class? That way they could have left your butt home. I don't believe that her stomach was hurting and that was the only reason why she didn't do it. I feel like she didn't do it because she didn't want to do it. She says she hasn't used the bathroom in 2 weeks. It doesn't take a genius to know that is not right. Amanda says, are you taking your vitamins the way you're supposed to? Tammy says no, she doesn't take her medicine. She doesn't even wear her mask at night. First thing, that's not good. You haven't went to the bathroom for 2 weeks. You had a surgery which requires you to take this medication because your body doesn't process food the way that it used to, and you need certain nutrients and things of that nature because it's bypassing certain processes so that you don't hold on to fat. But you're not doing what you're supposed to do. They talk about the fact that she's not wearing her mask at night. That also is not good. My mother was told that one of the reasons why she had her heart attack was because she had sleep apnea, which was causing a strain on her heart. She didn't even know it. And here you have this woman who knows that she has sleep apnea, knows that that is dangerous, and isn't wearing her mask. It's irresponsible. Amanda says, if you're keeping all of that in your body, then it's dangerous. It's extremely toxic. Chris tries to crack a joke about it, and she gets offended. She walks off and says she's going home because she doesn't feel good, even though Amanda's the one who drove there. So obviously everybody's going to follow her out. Amanda says it's always something in her attitude and everything is just stank. Thank you, Amanda. You now have confirmed that I am not wrong for feeling like this is a bunch of crap. Amy is not the first person who's experienced heartbreak, especially not the first person who's experienced it when she had a kid. She wanted this divorce. He just beat her to it. Be an adult, Do what you have to do. Manage your responsibilities day by day. If you want to cry, cry for a little bit, but get back to it. Do not sit there and not do what you're supposed to do, and don't kill yourself. Amanda says, I'm tired of her snapping off at me, her being rude to me. She done it too many times. Chris says, we're going to enjoy our vacation with Amy being there. I don't think so. She's not being right now. Tammy says she thinks that she's having a mental breakdown and the breakdown is making her sick. They all leave. Amanda says, you would have to do something because your state of mind and how you are isn't right, sis, and that none of them can do it for her. Chris asks if you slept with your CPAP last night. She says no. He says there's a reason why the doctor gave that to you. I just can't coddle a grown woman. I can't do it, but they're going to do it. He tells her, you got to be here to take care of them babies. We will help you, but you got to try. We know you're in a rough place, but you got to try. She says, I'm trying. Amanda said, and Chris say, if you're trying, then the least you could do is take care of yourself. Take the meds. Wear your mask. Wear your machine. Make sure you're using your machine. She says, I don't sleep because the boys are up most of the time. Then get their asses on a schedule. I can't do the excuses. You're the mom, parent. Take classes and learn to be a parent. Amanda says, I see you post stuff in the wee hours of the morning when you should be asleep. She said it's because of Glenn. Glenn is crawling and stuff, so I'm going to assume he's at like 6 to 8 months. He should be sleeping through the night. Put him on a schedule. Give him a routine. Tammy says, I know that's not true. Amy then closes the door and says she's not doing this ganging up on Amy BS. Then it's time to stop helping Amy. It's okay when they did it to Tammy. It's okay when she was the one who wanted to keep confronting Tammy and doing things. And we saw the siblings do it time and time again. But the same can't be done to Amy, who is heavily relying on the family at this point. She says, come and get the mic before I effing throw it. Amanda points out how Tammy did the same thing because she closes the door in their faces. Misty says, Tammy is doing better, but Amy is regressing. I am not that patient. You would not disrespect me like that and think that I would continue to help you. Tammy says she understands it, but Amy has to start taking care of herself for her boys before it's too late. Sorry that I sped this up the way I did, but I know I'm running out of memory and I'm going to have to clear a whole bunch of stuff out. It's my fault, y'all. I'm sorry. If there was something that I missed, feel free to put it down in the comment section below and we can discuss it. Amy needs to tighten up. I'm tired of the excuses. Yes, she's going through something. Seek counseling. You have the money for it. Get additional help if you need so through a nanny, but it is not your family's responsibility to parent you or your children. You guys, if you have not done so already, give me a thumbs up. It helps me get in the algorithm. Comment down below if you have something that you want to say. I will respond as soon as I can. And subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting for? Until next time.